What's going on, everybody? Manny B Investing here. We're taking a look at an IOG, or Input Output HK tweet. The Cardano certification program will look to raise the bar for DeFi by looking for common bugs and vulnerabilities to provide a greater level of robustness, reliability, and security for dApps deployed on Cardano. And they have the README here. Let's take a look. It's apparently isn't easy for ETH now, is it? Ethereum DeFi product Cream Financial. Yeah, Cream got creamed like 3 times this past year. People, let's just take a look at the comments here if there's any good stuff here. There was that one article that just went into, why this is a good idea with Cream Financial. And Cream Financial was not the only platform that was hacked on the Ethereum side, but I think they lost about $1 billion in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. So very bad year for them. Let's take a look at the article here on iohk.io, their website. They have their technical writer here. And high assurance is paramount when deploying and working with smart contracts. You want to be confident that the source code is of a high quality, that the contract is secure and will behave as it should, and that it utilizes good properties and behaviors in the process. Certification ensures that the security checks are performed prior to any development, and that smart contracts can be continually audited as they are updated. It provides benefits to both smart contract developers and end users, helping protect user funds and projects' reputations alike from coding errors or exploits. At September's Cardano Summit in 2021, we laid out plans on the introduction of a new level of certification for decentralized applications, or dApps, running on Cardano. This certification program will provide levels of quality for dApps and their internal smart contracts. This initiative has been led by Professor Simon Thompson, Technical Project Director at IOG, and Shruti Appa, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, Head of Products at IOG. It will help us comply with the best practices we've seen around the industry. We are working with runtime verification, TWEG, well-typed insert CertiK or Certec. I like to call it Certec, but I think it's called like Certic or Certic. I don't know. It's not pronounced the way you would think it was pronounced, is what I've learned. And others to roll out this new certification program that will link in with the new Dapp store. Also unveiled in prototype form at the summit, this will be released in conjunction with the new Light Wallet. Interesting. When they say Light Wallet, are they talking about Uri or are they talking about Flint? All right. What are the different certification levels? There are 3 levels of certification, each of which is complementary to the other rather than being progressive in terms of assurance and auditing purposes. So we have the levels here. We have a figure, level 1, level 2, and level 3. Level 1 is automated tooling. This level gives continual assurance about the range of properties for smart contracts. It covers the discovery of different types of issues or bugs and is characterized as low cost, low effort, accessible to everyone while providing a substantial level of assurance. It can be applied repeatedly and automatically. So each time there is a release or a sub-release of an application, we can test to ensure that the application still has the properties that we expect. Then you have level 2, in-depth audit. This level involves looking at the technology and processes that led to it being produced. It is characterized by the fact that it involves a manual audit and verification of smart contracts within the Dapp itself. The audit is performed at a much more in-depth level and involves more manual efforts that can address Dapps in its entirety, even if it is written in a variety of languages. So that was in my mind my question. What about chain agnostic projects that may not be developed in Cardano's native languages, like Erebus or Orion? How would they allow applications like that to be a part of the certification program on Cardano? And I think they just answered that with level 2. So level 3, formal verification. This level is more specialized. We aim to provide full assurance of critical aspects of applications through formal verification of smart contracts. Formal verification involves ensuring that the smart contract serves the specific business or technical requirements defined at the outset. So that's pretty cool. So they just basically just go through and read everything that we just read. The certification gives continual assurance. Yep. It covers the discovery. Yep. We already read all that. All right. What kind of assurance can we expect? Certification will ensure the correctness, compliance, and consistency of requirements by both application developers and auditors. It will also guarantee the absence of common security vulnerabilities and provide a level of robustness, reliability, and maintenance of dApps deployed on Cardano. While certification will be strongly encouraged and the store curated accordingly, I like that. It will not, however, be mandatory or act as any kind of gatekeeper, thus maintaining a balance between the need for user assurance and decentralized principles. I like that. That is one thing that I don't like about things like the Apple App Store. There should be a level of freedom and also a level of assurance for people that want that. There's a place for both, because if you don't make room for both, then one is going to rule. And the curator does not get to decide. Hackers are going to hack. That's never going to not be a problem. The App Store cannot assure you 100% that they're free from exploits. It just doesn't work that way. So you have an ecosystem that people don't like, often attack, and find great reward in attacking it because it is so centralized. And that's the problem. And they look to avoid that problem by allowing both to exist. By auditing the specifics in the design and ideation phases, you can present evidence to the community and guarantee that things will work as expected. This evidence includes documentation for requirements to be to a detailed level, thereby creating a reference point for the future. Certification status in the Dapp store. We plan to integrate this certification with a new Dapp store that we are building to provide cryptographically secure non-fungible tokens, NFTs, that give evidence of the level of certification that we will guarantee. The Dapp store will be part of the Light Wallet that IO is developing, and users will be able to access the Light Wallet and Dapp store using a web browser. Interesting. And in the store, to view the certification status of each Dapp as they browse through the categories and individual applications, making the relevant certification status visible to users during this selection process will offer reassurance on quality and safety for users in their choice of dApps. To learn more about the Dapp store plans, you can watch a concept walkthrough on the Dapp store summit video. I'm going to take a look at that myself and probably do an additional video on it. But let's take a look at what Professor Thompson had to say about what's next for certification. We want to build support for the industry for emerging standards of certification. In the long term, we will work with our partners and others to articulate best practices, which may involve forming an umbrella industry body to define new standards and practices for this domain. This is really cool. We also plan to work with our ecosystem of partners to support certification of the first dApps on Cardano. One of the number of DEXs looking to launch on the Cardano system, or the Cardano this year, SundaySwap also announced their plans at the summit to certify. It is still the early days. There are some technical challenges that we are busy working through about how we support versioning of dApps and how they will be packaged and how to make them available to automated tooling. However, we are very excited about this journey with our partners and the general community to deliver a secure platform of applications built on top of it. And to learn more about the certification levels and meet some of the partners on the program, make sure you watch the video, the smart contract certification, the why and how from the Cardano Summit. And I didn't see that live, so I'm going to go back and check that video out and maybe even do another video on all of this. But this is really interesting. This is from October 24th, but they posted the tweet today. Looks like something that was kind of missed, but I'm interested. It's coming up more and more. They had talked about it in the Paribus chat. Dennis didn't really know much about it. I do recall seeing or hearing them talking about creating some kind of certification program. So like, for instance, if you go into the Cardano app store, you'll see a number of apps, but then there'll be, a special section where they're certified, like certified by Cardano applications. And that's where you want your apps, your dApps to be. You want them to be promoted for safety and guaranteed for safety by IOG. So hopefully that's going to be something that's going to just set the standard apart, set the industry apart, and make Cardano just one of those, again, those premier blockchains that's looking to change the way the world is working and also change the way crypto works and the way people think about it. They are offering a hand or a bridge to the central world to allow them to walk safely through the decentralized world with little to no fear. And I truly believe Cardano is going to deliver on this. It's just something that other blockchains are not even talking or even considering. They just, again, the Cream financial hack. That stuff happens. It's a real thing. And it happens because there's no one really looking at these smart contracts and verifying that they work. And when they update these contracts, no one's going back in and saying, hey, what did you change? We need to look at this code change. We need to make sure it's still secure. No one's doing that right now. And they're looking at creating that for us. So thank you again for checking us out. And we'll see you on the next one.